Hey everyone, welcome back in the next chapter of security and compliance fundamentals. That is SC-900 exam. So in this chapter, we are going to talk about the defense in depth. Well, as the name says, this is exactly what it is. We need to build our defense, right? We need to secure our environment. And what's the depth means here? It simply means we have multiple layers and we need to build our defenses or secure our environment on each and every layer. That's what the defense in depth means. Now, in order to understand it, we need to first see what are those layers, and we need to see in such a way so that we can easily relate it and we will not forget about it, right? We should not skip any layer. So in order to relate it, or in order to keep that in memory, the very simple way, the way I did it is, let's suppose you are running an application on Azure, on an Azure VM, or maybe it's on apps, it doesn't matter. It's your application, it's running on cloud. So the very first layer would be the physical layer, because maybe you're running on a virtual machine, but virtual machine is in reality is running somewhere in the data center, right? So that data center has the physical existence. So that would be the first layer, the physical layer. So we need to take care of the security on the physical layer first, and then there would be people who are going in the data center, maybe for maintenance purpose, maybe for XYZ reason, maybe they need to do some kind of, regarding some kind of work. So there is an identity and access, like the cleanliness people are not allowed in some areas, or they are only allowed when the actual technical people are sitting there, things like that, just to relate it. So there is a physical layer, then there is an identity and access, and afterwards, to run your virtual machine, you should have a virtual network. And before we come to virtual network, there is a perimeter, right? All the environment has a perimeter, and perimeter is one of the layer. Then we have the network. Inside the network, there is a virtual machine. On the virtual machine, you can call virtual machine as a compute layer. On the virtual machine, there is application is running, that is application layer. And at the center, at the core, is always data. Whatever application you're running, it's all about data. People are transacting, it's all about data. So you need to secure all these layers. Now I have this very simple diagram that I'll share on my screen, and then we'll talk about a little bit. But before we do that, let me share my screen. There is no before. I'll do it right now. Come on, where's the share screen option? Dun, dun, dun. There it is. All right, there we go. Okay, as you see on my screen right here, these are the layers that I was talking about. Physical, it's all about the physical security, right? Just like any building in the any government building has the physical security, any defense people has the physical security. So we should have the physical security of the data center. And then the identity and access, like who is accessing the data center, he should have the identity, and as per the identity or authorization, the access is access depends. Maybe he is not allowed to some of the areas in the building. Then we have perimeter, which is all about distributed denial, DDoS attacks. This is the This is the layer where we enable the DDoS perimeter. In Azure, we got like basic DDoS and standard DDoS. Basic is for free for everyone, but standard you can opt for as per your need, which is costly, which is very costly. So as per the requirement, we go ahead and buy the security as well. But for now, defense in depth, all the layers, we need to secure all the layers. Now there is a network. In the network, we have various means that we can secure our network. Okay. How, let me talk about the how. I just started getting into the depth, but how can we secure the network? We have various means like NSGs, network security groups, where we can allow particular IP or ports. We have firewalls, we can utilize that. Then we have compute, that is the actual virtual machine of yours, where we have anti-malware, antivirus, those kind of stuff. Then we have application layer. We need to secure that. That can be easily secured by the code security by itself. You must have heard DevSecOps. And also with the help of WAF policies. Then at the center, we got data. We can secure data. Of course, identity and access will goes hand in hand with almost all, like you would have access provided on the application level as well, on the data level as well, but you can secure it by encryption as well, encryption at rest, encryption in transit. For example, virtual machine, you can define the identities, who can access the machine, who cannot access the machine, right? Even on the network, like who is peering with your network. If you are doing site-to-site connectivity and things like that, you can define that particular IP addresses that can talk to your environment. So identity will go almost everywhere. So data is all encryption at rest and encryption in transit. So this is the defense in depth. And let me stop share. Okay. And so if I have to just give it definition kind of thing, but more than a definition, you should understand what it is. And I'm pretty sure now you have understood what defense in depth means. So defense in depth uses a layered approach to security. Rather than relying on a single perimeter, a defense in depth strategy uses a series of mechanisms to slow the advance of an attack. Each layer provides protection so that if one layer is breached, a subsequent layer will prevent an attacker getting unauthorized access to data. So that's how this is the modern way of securing your environment. And it really helps. If one layer is breached, the other one will take care of it. And if there is a blast, you can even reduce the blast radius, right? So that's a defense in depth. Well, thank you for watching. Let's meet in another video where we are talking about CIA. That's interesting. So till then, take care, bye-bye, and keep working out.